So if your editor looks a little different in terms of the colors, don't worry. That's just the color scheme I've chosen, which you can edit yourself. So this is the basic script that Unity automatically creates. So um, it's simply there's basically a blank document with the Unity libraries, and then these two methods. So there's the start method, which you use for initialization of variables. There's the update method, which is called once per frame, which is really useful in a lot of the logic. So for now, we'll create our first variables that we need. So we're gonna need a public float, a cookie number. So this is what we use to keep track of how many cookies the player has. And then we're gonna actually do something that's more unique to Unity. We'll create a text object, not texture, text. And to actually work with text, you see that's red for now. We need to import the Unity engine, the UI library. So this is simply a text game object that we can edit as we need to. So we don't need to initialize any of this since cookie num will be set to 0 at the start. We don't need anything in cookie text. So we actually need to create another method, and this will be the method that we'll call every time the player clicks the button. I'll name it cookie click, and we'll just simply add one to cookie num with the plus plus shortcut. So that's all we need. So that's all we need to actually change the number of cookies on the click. But in order to show that on the screen, we'll have to change the text object. So cookie text, so the text object, and then we actually need to call the text. You can see that's the string value that the text displays, which we can edit. We'll set that equal to cookie num plus cookies. And I'll actually gonna cast cookie num as an int, which will matter more once we add the automatic cookie per second makers later in the game. So you can save that script by going to here, or you simply just press Control S. And then if you go back to the engine, you can see that it's changed here. So we actually need to make a few changes in the editor to make this actually update the cookie value. So first, just for housekeeping, I'm going to rename this to cookie button and cookie button text. A little bit of a typo there. Alright, so we need to actually add this script to some sort of object to maintain the script itself. So to do that, I'm just going to make a simple empty game object with nothing in it except for the script. So in Unity, you have game objects, and you can add components to the game objects. I see there's a bunch of components. We're not going to use any of these besides the script, because we're not, messing with physics or any of that. So I just add the cookie script, and you can see it pulls up the variables, so you can edit these in real time in the editor without having to go back and forth from the script. It's very useful. So we're actually going to have to, we need to set this cookie text. So we're going to drag the game object that we want to edit, which is this text actually. This is 0 cookies. and we're going to drag that into here. So hopefully, if I press play now, if I press make cookie, it should update the text. It's not updating the text. Oh, of course. Okay. I need to add. So this is actually a common mistake I make a lot. Is I make the method for a button or something, and then just simply forget to add it to the button itself. So this is actually really cool. This is Unity's. So there's a button component in every basic button object that has this on-click thing, and you can add different methods to this on-click list. So you just add to list, and then we need to find the object where the script is, which is the cookie manager. Drag that into here, and then go cookie script, and then cookie click. Okay, so now we press play, press make cookie. Yeah, there we go. It'll add to the cookie. So next we'll actually create our first item, the clicker item, which will automatically add to the cookie value.